While the term psychoacoustic medicine may be relatively new in our world, the practices of using sound and frequencies to impact the physical and emotional health of the body have been used since the beginning of time. From Gregorian chants in churches to the chanting of Tibetan monks to Native American drumming, song and sound have been catalysts in stimulating health and healing for the body and mind in all cultures. The definition of psychoacoustic medicine is the science of how music and sound impact the nervous system, psychologically and physiologically. One particular area of this science of sound is binaural beats. Binaural beats were first theorized in 1839 by Heinrich Wilhelm Dove. Still, they were first scientifically tested and proven in 1973 by Dr. Gerald Oster, a medical doctor and biophysicist, when he published his finding in a research paper called Auditory Beats in the Brain. The study opened up a whole new area of science, as it showed how sound affects the way and how quickly the brain learns new information, mood control, sleep patterns, and healing responses within the body, among many other items. How binaural beats influence the brain and body. To begin, let's first look at what binaural beats exactly are. Dr. Suzanne Evans Morris, PhD, who is a speech-language pathologist, states, "Research shows that different frequencies presented to each ear through stereo headphones create a difference tone, or binaural beat, as the brain puts together the two tones it actually hears. Through EEG monitoring, the difference tone is identified by a change in the electrical pattern produced by the brain. For example, frequencies of 200 Hz and 210 Hz produce a binaural beat frequency of 10 Hz. The difference between 210 Hz and 200 Hz is 10 Hz. Monitoring of the brain's electricity, EEG, shows that the brain produces increased 10 Hz activity with equal frequency and amplitude of the waveform in both hemispheres of the brain, left and right hemisphere. The result of this is called brainwave entrainment, which, in this example, is entrained at 10 Hz. Any electrochemical activity of the brain results in the production of electromagnetic waveforms that can be objectively measured with sensitive equipment. Since brainwaves change frequencies based on neural activity within the brain, and because the neural activity is electrochemical, brain function can be modified by using sound and frequencies. Thus, specific frequencies, sounds, music stimulates the brain to produce certain neurotransmitters like serotonin, the feel-good chemical messenger that helps to reduce pain and increases the feelings of pleasure. We will cover more on that and other benefits later in this video. Researchers believe that different brainwave patterns are linked to the production in the brain of various neurochemicals associated with relaxation and stress release, increased learning and creativity, memory, and other desirable benefits. These neurochemicals include beta endorphins, growth factors, gut peptides, acetylcholine, vasopressin, and serotonin. Neuroelectric therapy engineers Dr. Margaret Patterson and Dr. Ifor Capel showed in their experiments how a 10 Hz brainwave frequency, alpha brainwaves, increased the production of serotonin to help ease pain and increase relaxation. They also showed how a 4 Hz brainwave frequency, theta brainwaves, increases the production of catecholamines, which are essential for memory and learning. Dr. Capel explains this mechanism a bit further. As far as we can tell, each brain center generates impulses at a specific frequency based on the predominant neurotransmitter it secretes. In other words, the brain's internal communication system, its language, is based on frequency. Presumably, when we send in waves of electrical energy at, say, 10 Hz, certain cells in the lower brainstem will respond because they normally fire within that frequency range. This is also exactly what Dr. Candace Pert has proved, a neuroscientist, biophysicist, and pharmacologist, researching at the National Institute of Health and teaching at the Georgetown University School of Medicine. Dr. Pert was the first to prove that thoughts and emotions directly affect the body, thus demonstrating the long-held beliefs of mind-body medicine. In other words, she proved that positive or negative thoughts and emotions are always either improving or declining our health, based on the chemicals that are released and transported to every cell. Dr. Pert had this to say about the effects of frequency in affecting the cells of the body. Energy and vibration go all the way to the molecular level. We have 70 different receptors on the molecules, and when vibration and frequency reach that far, they begin to vibrate, thus allowing the cells to be directly affected by vibration. Basically, receptors function as scanners. They cluster in cellular membranes, waiting for the right ligand, much smaller molecules than receptors, to come dancing along, diffusing through the fluids surrounding each cell and mount them, binding with them and vibrating them to turn them on and get them motivated to vibrate a message into the cell. Binding of the ligand to the receptor is likened to two voices, striking the same note and producing a vibration that rings a doorbell to open the doorway to the cell. In other words, for any message, vibrating ligand, to be received by a cell, the cell must vibrate at the same frequency as the ligand. Thus, when brainwaves are in the alpha state, 8 to 14 Hz, that vibration or frequency is on par for more serotonin to be created, for example. Everyday applications of this medicine. There are several different applications that this form of medicine can be used to beneficially impact our lives, which might include stress relief, pain relief, headache relief, increased memory, learning, and recall, better sleep cycles, addiction recovery, enhanced cognitive abilities due to synchronization of the left and right brain hemispheres, and enhanced overall well-being. It's known and proven that by exercising our brain, we have better mental and emotional health and increased intellectual functioning. Dr. Robert Cosgrove Jr., PhD, MD, says, "Binaural beats have been observed by us to be an excellent neuropathway exerciser. We believe it has great potential for use in promoting optimal cerebral performance. Maintaining and improving cerebral performance throughout life delays for decades the deterioration of the brain traditionally associated with aging. So if one wants to relax and de-stress, listening to a binaural beat that produces alpha brainwaves between 8 and 14 Hz, more serotonin will be produced, as well as more endorphins. This would help reduce physical and emotional pain and increase the feelings of relaxation and happiness. Listening to an alpha binaural beat can also help to increase learning abilities. Dr. Georgy Lozanov showed that students in the alpha state could learn as much as 5 times the amount of information in less time per day, and with greater long-term retention. We see that theta waves between 4 and 8 Hz stimulate the release of catecholamines, which are essential for learning and memory. Theta also dramatically helps to synchronize or increase communication between the left and right hemispheres of the brain, which helps to activate more parts of the brain and leads to greater cognitive function. Thus, listening to either an alpha or theta frequency can be tremendously beneficial if a person needs to de-stress or wants to learn and recall more effectively. Also, most classical, harp, and piano music shifts the brain to the relaxed alpha or theta state. In contrast, most metal, hard rock, and similar music change the brain to a high beta state, which is stressful and can cause cortisol levels to rise, making us store more body fat, decreasing nutrient assimilation, and accelerating the aging process. Alpha and theta frequencies can also help with addiction recovery and behavior modification. Dr. Eugene Peniston and Dr. Paul Kolkowski of the University of Southern Colorado helped a group of alcoholics to enter the alpha and theta states. This experiment involved 2 groups of alcoholics. One group was sent to a regular 12-step AA program for help with their condition, control group. The other group received no counseling, but was sent for 15 20-minute alpha and theta binaural beats usage, experimental group. Alcohol relapse rates within the AA attending control group, alcoholism relapse rates 13 months after the test, was at 80%. There was no change in levels of depression as measured by Beck's depression inventory. Within the binaural beat using experimental group, 13 months later, there was only a 20% relapse, and levels of depression had reduced to that of a third non-alcoholic control group. Dr. Gene Brockup explains why he believes binaural beats and psychoacoustic medicine can dramatically help people modify learned behavior. If we can help a person to experience different brainwave states consciously through driving them with external stimulation, binaural beats, we may facilitate the individual's ability to allow more variations in their functioning through breaking up patterns at the neural level. This may help them develop the ability to shift gears or shuttle and move them away from habit patterns of behavior to become more flexible and creative, and to develop intelligent strategies of functioning. In terms of using the delta frequency, one might use this to fall asleep quicker and repair and recover faster from injury, exercise, or daily physical stress, as human growth hormone, HGH, is released when our brains are in the delta state. This is why it is crucial to get good, deep sleep so that the body can repair and recover each night optimally. Certain medicinal herbs can help a person get deep, restful sleep too. On the other side, pharmaceutical sleeping aids prevent the body from making certain neurotransmitters and destroy brain function when used briefly or over time. They also prevent the brain from dipping down into the delta state. While numerous other benefits could be listed, it has been shown that psychoacoustic medicine is tremendously beneficial and can be used to help improve a wide range of challenges. Ask yourself, what might you improve in your life with this form of medicine?